We're back for the final 3 games of Season 10. Dunk's got a tough away game against Dupe, while Romford have to contain Erling Haaland as best as they can. Obi still has a shot at the title if he can get a win away to Roy. Dunk will be relieved to hang on to a 1-0 in his toughest remaining fixture. Romford and Obi managed comfortable wins, respectively. So that sets us up nicely for the penultimate game of the season between Obi and Romford. If Obi can take some points from Romford, you have to expect Dunk to get the win against Palic to secure the championship. Some pre-match news is that star player Yeremy Pino is going to miss the game with a cold. No other key injuries to report on either side. So let's have a look at the lineups for this big game. Looks like Romford have got Lieber back, so that pushes up Torres to the right wing rather than right back. Otherwise, pretty much full strength, other than obviously Yeremy Pino that we've mentioned. For Obi, front three are there, and looks like pretty much full strength team. So let's get it started. And it looks like the first highlight of the game will be coming from Romford. Oh, although the midfield of Obi have collected it and slipped in Martinelli. Ooh, but yeah, it looked like Saicedo may have played the pass a little bit late there to Martinelli. Yep, just offside, I think. Let's take a look at the replay. So if he plays the pass straight away, I think he would have been on, but yeah. It was a good counter from Obi though. Oh dear. Oh, that's not a goal you want to see from Romford's side. Looks like Marco has just palmed that into the side of his net. Yep. Oh dear. So they couldn't hold on for very long. Right, we've got a Romford highlight. Playing it through the back again. And again, it's been collected from Obi's midfield, but Makoko hits the post. Romford really hanging on here. And just before the half-time, it looks like we've got one final highlight potentially. Again, it's starting with Romford with the ball. Let's see. And Obi's midfield again has intercepted the ball. Martinelli down the wing. Oh, that was greedy. So it's 1-0 at half-time. But in the other game, Shagger Sharp is back to form for Dunk as he's 1-0 up. Oh, we've got a header. 2-0 for Obi. Right, just 5 minutes left, and it looks like Makoko could make it 3. No, that's good defending. I think they just got to hoof it long here. Yep, he does. Facade. Oh, that is cheeky. He's going to run and take the ball to halfway line, but I think it's too late considering that Dunk's already scored 3 goals, so only a win will do for Romford. Nice finish though. Yep, and that is full time. So the title dream is over for Romford, but there's still a chance for Obi to pick up the title for this season. But Dunk is crowned championship winner. So as we go into the final game of the season, Romford just need a draw to get the title. But things did not get off to a good start as Oscar Gluck scored in the first minute for Sean. It remained 1-0 till half-time, although Obi was drawing 2-2 with Dupe. However, there was still hope for Romford after Endrick came on to create a great chance but couldn't stay on side for the rebound. One minute later, Romford created their first clear chance and it was put away by Vasco Sousa. Now, there are ongoing investigations for match fixing as the referee gave a very sus penalty for Romford. Fatty calmly tucked away the penalty to secure the title for Romford. Dupe ended up going on to win the match against Obi, so it was a bit of an anticlimactic end to the season, really. And here's the confirmation of the final league table of the Pilot Series. Dunk finished the season with 3 wins and ends as deserved championship winner. Romford ended up with the best home record of any season, dropping just 3 points to Obi. Unsurprisingly, Haaland ended top of the goal scoring, average rating and player of the match tables. Donnarumma had an impressive season in goal for Roy, preventing almost 10 XG. And just for a bit of fun, I've put together a few awards across the whole 10 seasons of the Pilot. We've got Player of the Game, Team of the Game, and the top 5 flops of the game. It's probably no surprise who's going to win this one. The man in the middle, Erling Haaland, was a non-stop goal machine. He did always have the most shots per season, so I don't know if that is reflective of the team around him or if he always plays like that. Probably the most controversial of the 3 picks is Fraser Shagger Sharp in second place. I just thought his impact is really what led Dunk to 2 titles and the overall championship in the end. Reece James was almost always near the top of the assist table, and that 5.1 assist average excludes the first 3 seasons when a lot of the stats were inflated. Moving on now to the combined team of the game. Donnarumma was definitely the most consistent keeper across the series. Left back was one of the hardest positions to pick, and despite falling off in the last 2 seasons, Hernandez had 5 solid seasons above a 7 average rating. Antonio Silva and Diomande both joined the league young and were just very consistent for Sean and Palic, respectively. Timber and Kimmich were a core part of all 3 title-winning teams for Obi, and the third midfielder I chose was Jude Bellingham, who had the best average rating of centre mids. Mbappe didn't make it in my top 3 players of the game because of his inconsistency. Kind of like Hazard at Chelsea, he had a few off seasons, but when he was at top form, he carried his team to a title. Similar to left back, there were quite a few options for the left wing, but I think Vinny just edged it thanks to that screamer he scored against Dunk when it really mattered. Now my favourite award, the flops of the game. Feel free to pause it now just to think who you would pick in your top 5. At number 5, I've picked Rodrigo. Excluding the first 3 inflated seasons, he only got 10 or more goal contributions once, despite playing 20 plus matches each season. He only reached 170 out of his potential 178, but I expected more, to be honest. At number 4, it's Endrick. It's not really his fault, as I think Sean kind of blocked his path to the first team with a few of his signings in the middle portion of the game. for the second overall pick of season 2, the gamble just didn't pay off and he only played 77 games. Remember, he was picked ahead of Rafael Leao, Kai Havertz and Pedri, who were already over 165 CA by that point with more potential. The top 3 could be in any order, but I've gone with Lautaro at number 3 as he had the lower CA than the top 2. He just didn't score. For a team that was consistently competitive and created a lot of chances, he scored less than a goal every other game. Jamal Musiala was the 3rd highest rated player in the database for over half of the game and really didn't do anything to improve Roy's team. He ended up playing mainly as a centre mid, so I didn't expect him to have the same output as some of the 10s in the game. But he only got above a 7 average rating in just 2 seasons for Roy. And the number 1 flop for me was Pep. I mean, Roy spent big money on the best coach in the game, unintentionally tanked a few seasons to get him ridiculous amounts of attacking talent, and he couldn't win 1 title. He also hated Rafael Leao and barely played him in his prime when Roy had no natural strikers. Okay, that's it. Thank you everyone for playing. Thank you everyone for watching. And yeah, we'll be back again soon.